This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The family today is faced with significant challenges owing to factors emerging now and then, ranging from globalization, increased social integration across the world, and technological advancement. These and other factors have brought about many new changes that have brought challenges, completely altering family values. What are the significant issues facing the family today? Sexual relationships. The age of initial sexual encounters is getting lower. This has led to an upsurge of teenage pregnancies and abortions in the short term and terminal illnesses in the long term. Religion teaches morals, and sex is taboo. This resulted in a negative attitude toward matters relating to sex, like sex education and information on contraceptives. Very little sex education is acquired even in adulthood. With the proliferation of explicit information due to advanced technology on a wide range of sexual matters, young people are left to make choices for themselves. Pundits attribute the increase in same-sex relationships to influence channeled through electronic and print media. Delayed marriages. One significant phenomenon is an increased delay in marriages occasioned by educational and career pursuits. This has increased to single-person households. Many adults are still living with their parents, while others are cohabiting. In Europe, 65% of males aged between 25 to 29 years still live with their parents, while it was at 44% for women. There are also instances of living apart arrangements where intimate relationships are maintained in entirely different households. Nuptiality is on the decline, weddings are fewer, and so are the remarriages. Remarriages occur between those who have divorced. Reproductive patterns. Today's most married couples, especially in Europe, are opting for less number of children despite high fertility rates subdued by contraception. The increased use of contraceptives has led to lower birth rates, as well as delayed first birth. In some southern European countries, 1 out of 2 first births occurred outside wedlock, while in the United States, a third of all births in 2001 were out of wedlock. This has led to a decrease in the young population. Instances of divorce have also escalated, reducing birth rates. In Western Europe, 30% of couples will end up in a divorce. However, the figures are higher if we were to consider data on separations and cohabiting. This has led to an increase in single mothers' households, and if coupled with single mothers by choice or accident, figures are higher. The instances of single choice are on the increase, especially amongst better educated, working older women. 75% of men get into a new relationship after divorce, while 80% of women do the same. This also happens when death occurs, though the number of those who remarry is lower, especially among older people. Generational discrepancies. Due to decreased fertility occasioned by increased access to contraception, there has been a steady decrease in the population below 25 years and a marked increase in the population of 65 years and above. This is due to easy access to a healthier life, marking an increase in longevity. This has brought about a family dilemma as the old have to be catered for. This is a challenge to loosely knit family units that lack the capacity to effectively provide. Increased female participation in paid labor is also driving the woman away from the homemaker role, leaving the aged helpless. There is a strain in such a setup, calling for forces outside the family to assist. The strain is less for families with extended close ties. How do we address these issues? Measures. With all the above dynamics, there are some instances that need extra efforts in order to avert or alleviate some of the resultant conditions. There is a need for increased surveillance and parental guidance for teenagers since they are the most vulnerable to technological influence. Sex education is required at an early age to help the youth make informed decisions. There should be proper structures to cater to the elderly outside the family network so as to provide quality care, as well as ease the burden for the kin. Divorce is one feature that is predominant in today's family. There is a need for marital counseling to prevent it. Since it is not avoidable, children and couples affected should also get counseling to alleviate the suffering occasioned by divorce. Children born outside of wedlock or from divorced families might end up going through the same process of divorce as the parents, and hence, there is a need for active participation of the available parent to make up for the absent one so as to give the child an everyday feel. Violence in the family is also a significant issue that needs urgent attention, and this calls for counseling of the perpetrators as well as the victims. Substance and alcohol abuse are some of the causing factors of domestic violence. This may come in the form of sexual, physical, or psychological abuse. Governments all over the world have programs that foster such affected children. Despite liberalism in family setup, the community at large has an obligation to participate in activities as kin to fight issues affecting the family, since everyone is in a family and is prone to these issues. This essay on various issues in modern family was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for.